In the gospel reading today, there are a couple of details. They're kind of in the middle of the reading and they go by very quickly, but they're very significant. The first one is about Joseph of Arimathea. Now, we heard the gospel today from Mark. In the other gospels and elsewhere in the hymns of the church, something is made a little clearer about this tomb that Joseph donates. It's his own tomb, and it's a new tomb. It's a tomb that nobody else has been buried in. So he's prepared this for his own burial one day, pre-planning your funeral kind of a thing. But these tombs also, they weren't like graves like we know them now, just a little hole, but they were caves. And so this would have been not just for him, but for his family as well. And there would have been shelves in the tomb where the bodies would have been laid, him and his family. So there's that fact that it's a new tomb. The other thing that happens, it's a really quick detail that we might miss, is it says that when they buried Jesus, that the women saw where he was buried. Now these two little pieces of this account are very important because they respond to some of the things that the detractors of Christianity, that the critics of Christianity were saying. Because one of the things that people said was, well, yes, what happened when they went to the tomb was that they went to the wrong shelf. Like, they went in the tomb and they should have gone right, and that's where Jesus' body was, but they went left instead, and then they got to an empty shelf. And that's why they said that he'd risen from the dead. And so that's why the point is made that this was a new tomb, that there was only ever one body in this tomb, and that there could be no mistaking when that tomb was empty that Jesus had risen from the dead. And the point about the women seeing where he was buried is a similar thing that detractors said, well, when they went early that morning, they got the wrong tomb. They went to the wrong one, and they went to an empty one. But again, no, they saw where he was buried. They knew exactly where they were going. When they go into the tomb, it's an empty tomb. Now, what's interesting about these and other things that people say, the Gospels tell us that the Jewish authorities bribed the Roman guards to say, oh, tell everybody you fell asleep when the apostles came late at night and stole his body, and don't worry, we'll make sure you don't get in trouble with Pilate, because of course Roman guards sleeping on the job, that's a big thing. Don't worry, we'll take care of it. But here's the thing, you see, in all of these comments of the detractors, nobody denies that there was an empty tomb.
If you'd like to learn more about Eastern Orthodox Christianity, but aren't near an Orthodox church, you might be interested in the Fellowship of St. Theophan the Recluse, an online community for seekers and inquirers, all in that same situation. We have members in the U.S., Latin America, the British Isles, Africa, and Australia. For more information, message me or send me an email.